will tell you that when I learned mindfulness beginning in 2006, I have never had another panic attack, and my own anxiety has gone down to very little. I don't really get too anxious about much of anything. I mean, everyone does occasionally, but rarely now for me. So the first thing I would like to do is teach you a little bit about your brain. If you were to take your thumb, put it in the palm of your hand, and fold your fingers over, you have roughly made a model of your brain. So when I got certified to teach mindfulness, it was through UCLA, and one of our professors is Dr. Dan Siegel, an MD there, and this is his model. But I find it really useful to explain to people a little bit about why your mind does what it does. So this would be your spinal cord coming up your back, your brain stem, and this whole bottom part of your hand is for survival. So there are automatic processes there, like breathing, that you don't have to think about. But this thumb that kind of curls around here is representative of your limbic system. And when we are threatened in any way, and it's not just physical threats, it's emotional threats, social threats, financial threats, any kind of threat to us activates the limbic system of the brain, in particular a piece in the brain called the amygdala. But when that happens and we become highly activated, it is metaphorically as if we flip our lids and we don't connect well to this part of the brain. You can't think straight in the moment because you're so like upset and riled up. And this part of the brain develops over time, really not, they think now, until the later 20s, 26, 27, 28. And it's responsible for impulse control, judgment, and higher level thinking. So if you think about a time maybe you were rear-ended or something happened, and in that moment you're like, what happened? What happened? And then all of a sudden you begin to think, take a breath and realize, oh, we got hit, and look around. But in that moment, it is like it disconnects. And it can do that with any kind of really upsetting experience in your life. Like you're worried you can't pay your mortgage. And now what happens is the brain and the limbic system starts to ruminate. And it is a very human experience where our minds literally get on this, I call it a tornado when it happens to me, but it hasn't happened to me in years, which I'm so grateful for. But it's this rumination experience of just going and going and going, and you want to stop thinking about what you're thinking about, but you can't. You bring your focus back to your work, and then your mind's on, oh my gosh, how am I going to make this payment? Or is my loved one going to get well? Or whatever it is. The brain is trying to find an answer for something that it can't answer. It doesn't have a crystal ball. It can't project into the future. It doesn't know if you're going to get the money, or if your loved one's going to get well, or if you're going to lose your job, or if your child is going to get into trouble for, you know, some difficulties they're having. And so it keeps us up at night. And mindfulness gives us tools to calm this part of the brain, to reconnect our brains. And it has been shown to boost immune system functioning, decrease anxiety and depression, help with focus, attention, many, many different physical health benefits to this practice.